Hi, welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, Love Talk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. The wheels do indeed keep turning. They just keep turning, baby, and we on it. We on the ride. We gonna ride. We gonna ride. We gonna ride. We gonna ride. We just gonna ride. So I heated up the rest of my coffee because this is a big ass mug. Unstoppable, like Kim Possible and Ron's Unstoppable. Remember Kim Possible? See, when my kids were little, I watched all the shows. I couldn't tell you a show now for kids if you saved my life. I know a little bit of Baby Shark because Mila, Baby Shark, 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 because Mila was little, but now she's 5, and I don't think she's watching Baby Shark anymore. She's just discovered Twitches, which is funny. And she said, Twitches is a kid movie. I just looked at it and rolled my eyes. I was like, girl, Twitches came out when my children was your age. And they was watching it and they had it on lock. All they did was watch Twitches and the Cheetah Girls. Oh my God, my life was Cheetah Girls and Twitches for years. It felt like 2,000 years, but it was only like maybe 2 years or 3 years, maybe at the most. So when she said that to me, I just sucked my teeth. I was like, girl, little girl, you 5. You know how old this thing is? Your godmommy was your age when she was watching this stuff. And she's 21. So whoo, Lord black Jesus. So I'm refusing to talk about political stuff. I don't give a damn about Hunter Biden. I don't give a damn whether people think it's a slap on the wrist or whatever. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the cost. However much money he didn't pay back in taxes, which I think was like $100,000. So $200,000 over 2 years or whatever it is. Do you know how much it would cost to put him in prison? Do you know how much it would cost and all the precautions and stuff that they would have to put in place for him? No, I don't think he's above the law. But $200,000, come on. Are you kidding me? I, it's and he's already paid it back. So you restrict his movements for a minute or whatever it is. He's always going to be a felon, known as a felon. That's it. These Republicans are just stupid. They get stupider by the moment, just by the moment. It just and the more that they talk about stuff, the more I'm like, that level of stupidity has got to burn some kind of way. I don't give it. Hunter Biden ain't elected to nobody's public office. He's not elected to nothing. I don't give a damn if he was getting a check you know how many people was getting checks from the Russians? If they start looking at all these bank accounts, and it's not to say that I mean, what are the qualifications do you have to be on a board of a energy company in another country? They picked him. Did they pick him because who his father was? Probably. I get picked for stuff because I'm black and I could talk. I get it. I don't even know. I listen. I just think we just getting bogged down. We got a whole ass former president who was indicted, and these fools want to focus on Hunter Biden, who wasn't elected to nothing. I was like, y'all. I'm just listening to this mess, and I'm thinking, you know how many people walk free from prison? You know how many people get off because they have good attorneys or whatever? He don't need to go to prison. You don't need to stress the prison complex system. You don't need that. And I'm not saying because he's privileged or whatever. I just know it would be a nightmare. It would be a pain for prisons to have to deal with him. It would be a pain, and it would cost taxpayers so much money. It would cost tax. Then I don't want to put that part on the table. Put it on the table. How much does it cost taxpayers? If taxpayers knew how much their money was to house people, maybe I'm getting it wrong. I could be wrong. I know there's some other criminals that need to be locked the hell up. Did he F up? Sure. Everybody does. And maybe this feels personal to me because I effed up too. You know what I mean? Like I know what I actually serve sometimes. I know I get that sense. Where you gonna send a cat like that? Where you gonna send him? Where you're gonna have to put all kinds of security, manpower around the clock, that kind of stuff all the time. You know, it's not like he's Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart was a celebrity, but she's not that kind of celebrity. He is the son of a sitting president. Stop that damn whining. It's enough that he gets to carry felon for the rest of his life. He's just trying to embarrass the president. But you know what? Let me tell you something about parents. If you're a parent, you're not going to be embarrassed. You might be like, damn, I wish this would have played out differently. But that's your kid. At the end of the day, that's your kid. You're gonna support, you're gonna stand behind your kid. So I don't know. I don't know who these people are who think this man gonna what? Abandon his son? He ain't Donald Trump. Donald Trump would sell his own mama into white slavery if he could, if it meant that he got some more money or access. He gonna throw his kids under the bus. Them fools is probably gonna go to jail. And Donald Trump is not going to prison either. You're gonna get a slap on the wrist. He's not gonna see any jail time. I could bet my last money, honey, in the words of Don Cornelius, that they're not gonna send Trump to prison. First of all, they couldn't afford it. You can't afford it. I don't what are people thinking? You already whining about the detail that it costs to take care of his family, the Kushners, his sons, his grandchildren, his wife, the son you never see, the other daughter. Do you really want to spend that kind of money? No, you're not going to spend that. And where's he going to go to prison at? Where is they're going to house a former president? Nowhere. If anything, he'll be remanded to Mar-a-Lago. That becomes a prison. Mar-a-Lago becomes a prison. You can't leave. And you got to wear an ankle bracelet. I was like, he's not going to prison. You can't afford it. You know what it would take? You have to have all kinds of Secret Service in prison with him. You'd have to build a separate prison for him. That's how that's going to go. I mean, there's no secure place that they could put him. Nowhere. Come on. Think about this. People are not thinking. They're not thinking about these things rationally. They're not. I know it's distasteful. It feels like, oh, he's getting away with stuff. Really, you think that? You think that this humiliation, you think he already paid the money back. He already, I'm talking about the Biden kid, the Biden man. He done paid the money back. Whatever. The gun charge, they threw that out. Be like, listen, you was on crack. Now I know that anywhere else, if he was black, the gun charge would be the prevailing charge. He'd do time just for that alone if he was black and of no means. So the fact that they got that thrown out is, I think, big. Now he just had to plead one count to the other stuff. All right. But he's already taken care of that. So locking him up is not gonna. People just want to see him locked up because they think it'd be humiliating. You know what I mean? Like they think it'd be some kind of embarrassment. See, that's how people sort of think about prison population. They want to make punishment punitive and humiliating. That's for me, that's a little disgusting. That the only reason why you want him to go to prison is not because you think he did some wrongdoing, but because you want him to be humiliated and you want to use that in your fundraising schemes to say, look at this, look at this, look at this, right? That's because that's the only reason why you're doing it. You're not doing it because you feel some moral imperative to be like, we have to stand under what is right. Nope, 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 nope. You think that this will shame his father and that it will turn people away from voting. And not so much turn people away from voting, because you're not going to get Democrats. But what it will do is just energize the Republican base, the party of the stupid, and energize them and get them all hyped up about, oh, that's why we got to take back. We got to get back to making America great again. I'm sorry, when was America great? 1865? When was America? When was America great? I don't know about that part. So I say all that to say this is why the prison system is the way it is in this country, because when you take away the celebrityness of Biden, whatever that is, there's this underlying current of humiliation that they want people to experience going to prison. That's for everyone. That's the experience they want you to have. They want you to be humiliated, and they want to break your spirit. That's what that is underneath all of that, the humiliation part. So that they can look down on you. Uh, and but if you're a parent, you're not going to deal with that. That's your kid. And you want to make sure that your kid is safe and unharmed. And you're not gonna judge them harshly. And you're not gonna turn against them. He's not that kind of dad. He was never that kind of dad. So you could use this as a ploy all you want. But at the end of the day, President Biden is a father, and he's gonna stand up like a father. He's not going to stand up like the president behind this. He's going to be like, all right, as a president, let the chips fall where they may. This is what the legal system is and justice and blah, blah, blah. I'm cool with it. But the father part is like, listen, I'm not entertaining any more of these conversations about my son and what is going on in his life. I stand behind him. I have faith in him. I love him. That's it. That's it. All this other noise is just noise. So people can say, "Oh, I want to see he got a slap on the wrist." No, whatever. Whatever. You can say that all day and all night, but be clear. What you want to see is him humiliated. That's what you want to see. You want him shamed and you want him brought low. That's what you want. And there is no humanity in that whatsoever. And people need to sort of get understand that. And this is not about, and this is for everybody that's ever gone to prison. That's what the hell they want. They want you to be ashamed and humiliated and brought low. That's it. That's it. That's it. And so, these Republicans say whatever they want. Oh, you get a step in the no, you just want to see them humiliated so that you can write in your little campaign. I want to raise some money on this. We're gonna send it out to our base. The money's gonna pour in because look, we got him, we got him. Look, we told you he wasn't no good and blah blah blah. He ain't elected to office. No, but no noise about your president who was indicted twice. Indicted. Well, talk about false equivalency. Can you say false equivalency, boys and girls? Oh my God. Way. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because for me, that's how I see it. They can say whatever they want. This is about humiliation and shaming and bringing him low, you know. And it's not really him they want. They just want the father. They want to drag the father. And young Mr. Biden is not elected to anybody's office. he's not. He's not the president. Oh, these people kill me. The stupidity is just ridiculous. It's so thick. So thick. Well, you got some fighters on that Democratic side. I was watching a sister the other day. She was lighting into that Bobart chick who is stupid. I, you know, that kind of stupidity is scary to me. I don't even, girl, how do you even get out the house with that stupid? Oh, Lord Jesus. Her and that green woman, oh, they just chock full of stupidity. I'm thinking to myself, how did they get around in the world? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And you gotta be in chambers with these dummies, with these ninny heads. My face would be twisted every day. You know what? I'd come into chambers with my eyes rolling the back of my head. I need a cane. Every time she opened her mouth, I would just be like, "Are you girl, shut up." Oh my God. She's just stupid. And she's always barking. She's so I don't I don't I don't this is a new kind of stupid. I'm not accustomed to that level of stupidity. It doesn't exist anywhere in my circle. So it just baffles me every time I see her say stuff. I was like, but do you know that that's not how that goes, or that's not how that works, or did somebody brief you before you stepped into this? You're like, who was talking to you? I'm like, aren't you embarrassed? You're not. "Ah, no, all right. I don't know what you do with that. I don't know what you do with that. I just don't. God help. I don't think prayers are helping. Just don't think they're helping. Oh no. Mm. Anyway, I'm gonna leave them alone for now. I will tell you what's freaking me out though. I've been watching this bear phenomenon. I watched a bear climb up in the second story of a house. These people out here in these damn woods. But now, not so much in the woods. These bears are coming in. This bear climbed up on the second story, got in a window like he was hanging, pulled himself into the window, and went in their house and ate these people's pork chops. I don't know what you do with it. And then the bear's in their house. So the people had to come and tranquilize the bear and then take the bear out. Then they got to haze the bear so the bear doesn't come back, which I don't know what haze the bear means. I don't know if that's like you eat them up, you slap them around, don't go back. I don't know what that is. And they take them. But this bear situation is just, I mean, can't they just take these bears somewhere where they could be with bears? Like, is there a bear habitat somewhere? Because it seems to be a lot of them. And it's getting a little scary. I think if I lived out there someplace, and we've had bear sightings in New Haven, so I don't even know. I don't know what I would do. These bears, and they're just off the chain. These bears. I was like, did they even hibernate? why, why are they, these bears are really, and they're getting bold. Like the guy that was sitting fishing in the someplace and the bear charged him unprovoked. And bears don't do that. I'm telling you, these bears, they're off the chain. So I don't know. Between bears and artificial intelligence, one of these two things is gonna kill us all. Maybe it's not the Planet of the Apes, maybe it's the bears. I saw a artificial intelligent robot. I think it was like for $8 million. And of course he's white, blue eyes, the whole thing. Again, the whole thing. I think it was like $8 million. And he could do stuff, right? I don't know if I'd want a robot in my house because I wake up in the middle of the night and that thing just gets uncharged or whatever. And I don't know if you could fight it. I don't know if you could pull a switch. Like, how do you disarm it? And now they're building our artificial intelligence with its own ability to smarten itself. So at some point they're gonna be smarter than us if it's not already happening. I just don't know. Between bears and artificial intelligence, I don't know. I just don't know how we're gonna survive that. And then sharks. You know, sharks are problematic. And I love that they say, well, it's unusual, it's uncommon. But I swear to God, every time I turn on the TV, somebody's getting mauled by a shark. So it may not be as frequent, but I swear to God, I feel like sharks are just getting closer and closer to the water's edge. Sharks, bears, and artificial intelligence. I'm gonna start running a list of all the things that's gonna harm us. So sharks, bears, artificial intelligence, the killing off of bees. If we kill all the bees, we might as well say good night, Gracie. Y'all way too young to know that saying. But if we get rid of the bees, that's going to be a huge problem. And I know Republicans don't know anything about this because science is not, unless it's not in the Bible about bees, they're not entertaining it. So I'm gonna add bees, the bees, endangered bees to my list that's gonna kill us. And not that bees is gonna kill us, but their extinction is gonna kill us. So I'm bears, sharks, artificial intelligence, and the killing of the extinction of bees. That's 4 things. And then throw some weather in there. That's 5. And I don't care what the weather is. Any weather is going to kill us. Whether it's these ridiculous amount of storms that we're having because the Earth is warming, or blizzards, or freezing, or heat waves, or weather. So that's my 5 things I think will kill us. And then I'll just start adding to that list of stuff, that's gonna kill us. Because we're not good stewards of the earth. We're just not. We used to be. Somebody said we used to be good stewards of the earth, before technology. But we've always had technology, whether it's smoothing the wheels and the wheels go on a wagon to pull stuff. That's technology, right? Flint to light fire. That's technology. For the moment, that's what it was, right? So I dare say, though, we have technology that's not helping us. We have technology, I think, that's almost doing more harm than good. Bears, sharks, artificial intelligence, the extinction of bees, weather. Those are the 5 things I think that's going to kill us. And any one of these things we could do something about. Maybe not the weather so much, but we certainly can lessen the effects of the weather if we do some things, and that we don't seem to be doing that. So I'm just saying. And if you didn't learn a thing or two about at the end of days, that smoke coming down from Canada was a lot. If that didn't give people pause about how this earth could go, you know what I mean? Like how the earth could really go. Whew. And people were reluctant to put on masks. And smoke particles in your lungs. You know how long it takes for it to get out? Long time, years and years and years. So we're not going to see the effects of this for a good while, because the question is going to come up. Where did you live? What part of the country did you live in before you got lung cancer? What part of the country did you live in? What part of the country? So listen, all there is to it. I don't know. I don't know. The world is a beautiful place, and magical and mysterious and wonderful. But we are doing everything we can to destroy it. We are. And when you got people who wanna build on sanctioned land, save the land for oil, instead of figuring out what other ways we could fuel the world. And I know people are working on that, but there are people like, oh, we could just keep digging into the earth and raping the earth, and we don't give a damn about native people and throw them off. We throw them off once, let's throw them off again. That's what it is. Oh, we don't care about that. We don't care about that. We gotta do what we want to do. Okay. And what is that exactly? What do you want to do? Oh, you want to decimate the planet? All right. Well, you wanna leave this planet uh worse than what you found it. We don't need clean water. Oh, why do we need clean water? We don't need because clean water, the seas. You know how much stuff we have dumped into the oceans, plastics in the ocean, poisons into the ocean. The oceans, where we get our fish from, where we get a lot of stuff from, all that stuff. all that stuff. It's amazing to me how we just not good stewards of the world. And we better get a clue because we don't got another world. No. I need to find out if they found the submarine yet. Oh my God. I don't understand how those people I don't I, if I'm a billionaire, I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna spend my money doing daredevils ish. I had $1 billion. You think I'm going to the bottom of the ocean in a little sardine can just so I can see the Titanic? I'm like, they don't got no cameras. They can't send no cameras down there. You could look that way. I don't need to go see it. I don't even that just makes no sense to me. But maybe it doesn't because it's not my money. But now you know lost your life. You, your son, some other folks, they paid $250,000 to get in this thing and go down to see this Titanic. And I guess that people been doing this, whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, there's nothing better to do. You can't you just go watch the movie? The movie's like 8,000 hours long. Go watch the movie. Uh, there's people that are already taking pictures of this thing and artwork and film, and they've been down there shooting it, and you needed to go down there and see it for yourself because why? And I'm not saying they deserve to die. That's not my point. My point is I just would have found something else to do. I don't want to be that rich where I'm bored. That's just boredom. I don't see it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And they're almost out of oxygen. I think tomorrow is it, right? Less than tomorrow, their oxygen is out. I was like, gosh, ugh, too bad I didn't have enough oxygen for like weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I hope they find them. I hope in the nick of time that they are found, so they can get back up on land and get cussed out. That's what I want. That's really what I want to see. I want to see them get back on land and then get cussed out. And I dare somebody to say, "Oh, I would do it again." I because then they would get punched square in the mouth for that foolishness. And here's the thing. Here's the crazy part for me that the company that owned that submersive vehicle, whatever they call it, new baby submarine, they waited 8 hours to say that these people weren't heard from. 8 hours. You know, that's gonna be they might as well just give everybody who's in that family, all the families, a blank check. Because lawsuits are gonna come. Because there's no way in hell you're gonna be explained that you didn't have you knew the signal went dead for them and you didn't get help for 8 hours. They could have they if you would have probably got help, they probably could have found those people within a couple of hours before it sunk lower or drifted somewhere or whatever. That first moment when you couldn't find them, you should have amassed the resources to go look for them. But they didn't do that. So somebody gonna have to explain this in a court of law. You better believe there are gonna be lawsuits coming. You might as well shut your company down. It's no longer viable because these people are gonna take every damn thing. And all these people was on this thing had money because it's a 250,000 ticket. And then you find out some of the information was not, all the way true. NASA was like, I mean, the NASA people was like, we know nothing about any of this. And then the oceanography people and the government people were like, we didn't help build this thing. They told us what we were doing. We're like, okay, that's it. We didn't help build it. We didn't send over no whatever. I hope they find these people so they could get them on ground so they could get cussed clean on out. That's what I want to see. I hope they are rescued. I hope it's not a tragedy. I hope they're rescued because I want to see them get cussed out by their loved ones. Be like, don't you ever do that again. Ever. Never, never, never. So I'm hoping against hope, that they got people from around the world who are experiencing this kind of stuff, helping them. But the thing is, and I was watching the guy this morning on Good Morning America. He's like, even if you find them, you still got to get the craft up to the top of to up above water. How do you do that? This ain't. Listen, where's Tom Cruise when you need a Mission Impossible? Where's Tom Cruise when you need Mission Impossible? Oh my God. I don't want it to be a tragedy because I just don't want it to be a tragedy. And the oxygen is running out. And I can't imagine, what they must be doing. I mean, do you find a pencil and paper and start writing stuff? Do you make a recording saying, I'm sorry, and put it in a plastic bag and hopefully somebody will find it? I mean, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. I probably would be writing out something to my peoples and he's like, I know there's some baggies on this baby submarine, and just leave them in the baggies. I mean, I'm sure there's some Tupperware or something you can put stuff in there because withstand, waterproofing. Oh my God, that's just too much money. Too much money. Too much money. You're bored. I don't know who thinks of that. I could tell you right now, it would not be me. I just wouldn't be. I'd be like, can you just take some? Can you send a camera down there and take some pictures? I'll look at it that way. You could send a live camera down there. I could live stream it. I don't like the ocean like that. No way. So I honest to God hope that this is not a tragedy. That when I get off air, I'll hear some news that they've rescued them and that everybody's okay. That's a lot to take on, and that's a lot. That's a lot, and that's going to be a lot of grief and pain, and it's going to be a lot. So anyway, I'm praying. I'm offering up all kinds of prayers. So hopefully it'll be a good outcome. In any event, I hope they find that submersible and hope against hope. I mean, listen, they just found folks, those children that were wandering in the woods for 40 days, right? Little children in South America, they was found. The plane went down. Everybody was killed, but these little kids. And it was like one was like 4 or something, or 2. The oldest kid was like 14 or some old mess. They found these children, so anything is possible. Anything is possible. And sometimes they find when people go down in the mines and they get trapped and they find them, days upon days, or war places, or buildings topple on people, and they keep digging, and sometimes you get lucky and you find some folks still alive holding on. So maybe that'll be that situation. Anyway, I'm on my way out, and thanks for hanging out with me today. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll be back. Thanks, Harry. Thanks, Paul. I'll see y'all tomorrow.